Well, lines began forming before dawn outside of Deseret Books and church distribution centers across the United States. Some bundled in sweaters against the early morning chill, but members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints stood patiently, clutching their temple recommends and anticipating something both deeply practical and profoundly spiritual: the release of the new garment styles. Now, for most people, underwear doesn't draw a crowd, but for Latter-day Saints, it can symbolize one of the most sacred commitments of their faith. The temple garment, often referred to outside of the church as Mormon underwear, has been part of Latter-day Saint practice since the 1840s, when Joseph Smith introduced it as part of the Nauvoo Temple endowment ceremony. The earliest version was a one-piece, full-length undergarment extending from wrist to ankle and bearing 4 stitched symbols representing moral and spiritual principles. Now, over time, the garment has evolved alongside changing fabrics, climates, and cultural norms. Sleeves were shortened in 1923, the collar disappeared, buttons replaced ties, and by the late 1970s, the two-piece design became standard. Today, there are maternity and nursing styles, lighter fabrics for humidity control, and even military-approved colors for service members in uniform. Yet, despite this gradual modernization, one rule has remained constant: members are not allowed to alter the sacred garment's design on their own. According to church officials, the 2025 update introduces lighter, more breathable materials and refined fits designed for members living in warm and humid climates such as Africa and the Philippines. In practice, however, the rollout has been global. U.S. members flocked to distribution centers this week, eager or simply obligated to replace their current garments with the new styles. Many were told that modifying their existing garments to mimic the new designs would not be permitted. The garment is sacred and the pattern is authorized, said one church representative. Members are counseled not to make changes themselves. For some, the reasoning made sense: sacred clothing, sacred boundaries, but for others, it prompted questions about stewardship, sustainability, and personal agency. In the softly lit aisles of the Deseret buildings in Provo, a Utah woman named Rachel, 38, examined a package of the new garments, and she's worn the previous cotton blend version for over a decade. She said,